Most people are not stuck because life is difficult. They're stuck because they're solving the wrong problem. You've been trying to fix motivation. That's not the problem. In the next few minutes, you're going to see the real mechanism that keeps people exactly where they are. You think your life is blocked by circumstances, a person, a job, a lack of energy, a lack of time. Sometimes circumstances are real, but most of the time they're just the cover story. A cleaner explanation sounds worse, but it's more accurate. What you tolerate becomes your life. Not what you want, not what you plan, not what you talk about, what you allow. The job of this episode is simple. We're going to strip away the false problems, name the real one, and then I'll give you a way to act without waiting for confidence, clarity, or permission. False problem number 1. Motivation. Motivation is not a resource. It's a reaction. You don't summon it. You experience it. After movement. If you need motivation to act, you've already surrendered control. You don't need motivation. You need a verdict. False problem number 2. Discipline. People worship discipline because it sounds noble, but discipline collapses when your environment is corrupt. You cannot out-discipline what you keep allowing. If your surroundings weaken you, discipline becomes maintenance, not progress. False problem number 3. Confidence. Confidence is not required. It's a side effect. Most people delay action until they feel ready. But readiness is just a story you tell yourself to avoid the cost. If confidence came first, no one would ever change. False problem number 4. Time. Time is not what you lack. It's what you waste protecting discomfort. People don't waste time. They waste clarity. They know exactly what needs to be done. They just don't want the consequences of doing it. False problem number 5. The right plan. You don't need the perfect plan. You need a plan you will obey. Most people aren't confused. They're avoiding consequences. And when you strip all of this away, one thing remains. The real problem is what you tolerate, what you permit, what you excuse, what you postpone. Toleration is not patience. Patience is deliberate. Toleration is the decision to live with something you privately resent. And it's deadly for one reason. It becomes normal. And once something is normal, it stops feeling urgent. The biggest damage in your life isn't the punch. It's the slow leak. Here's the mechanism. You notice a problem. You feel discomfort. You postpone action. You create an excuse. The excuse becomes identity. The problem becomes environment. What you avoid doesn't disappear. It becomes your lifestyle. Different forms, same law. A relationship that drains you. A job you hate but won't exit. A body you don't respect but keep negotiating with. Clutter, noise, weak standards, same structure, different disguise. Toleration persists because it pays you. It pays you in comfort today. Avoidance is the most addictive drug on earth. It numbs responsibility without solving anything. Then comes the identity trap. You become the kind of person who is always dealing with it, always planning, always preparing, never confronting. You don't live inside your life. You manage it. And beneath all of this isn't fear of failure. It's fear of responsibility. Because once you act, you can't pretend you didn't know. Your environment reinforces this. People like you more when you're harmless. The moment you stop tolerating, you become inconvenient. And finally, the most common lie. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is not a plan. Tomorrow is a sedative. If you keep saying tomorrow, what you're really saying is, not me. This doesn't require a list. It requires a decision. Pick one thing you've been tolerating, not 10. One. If you can't name it, it owns you. Now convert it into a boundary. Write it like a law. I do not tolerate disrespect. I do not tolerate unfinished commitments. I do not tolerate environments that weaken me. Then act within 24 hours. One action, small enough to do, big enough to prove you mean it. Send the message. Cancel the thing. Clean the space. Apply for the job. Book the appointment. Remove the distraction. Do it before you feel ready. That's the point. And here's the rule most people skip. If you tolerate it again, you escalate the consequence. You train your nervous system that your standards are real. Your life changes when your standards become enforceable. The problem isn't what you think, it's what you keep allowing. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. And from that point forward, inaction is a choice.